Narcissist, Ensnared, Episode 30. Ashley returned an hour later. She said nothing of where she had been, or what she had been doing. Instead, she knocked on the door. When Wynne opened it, she leapt on him, smothering him in kisses, and drove him onto the bed, where she soon straddled him and rode him with tremendous urgency. Wynne was confused and staggered, but was also blown away by her passion. He loved it. They had stayed up late, and the following day had to be woken by reception calling them. After checking out, Wynne suggested heading into the countryside for the day. He enjoyed walking in the countryside and hiking. However, Ashley professed to feel unwell. Instead, they returned to Wynne's house, where the estate agent handling the sale of her home contacted Ashley, reporting on feedback from some viewings that had taken place over the previous week and on the Saturday. They made love and slept, before going to the cinema, and then returning for an early night. Neither fully really recovered from their exertions at High Castle. On the Tuesday, Ashley still felt unwell and called into her new bank, explaining she would not be in. Wynne left for his bank, but returned at lunchtime to check on Ashley. He found her lying on the bed, dozing. He noticed that she had been ironing some of his clothes, the ironing board still out. He decided to leave her be and headed back to the bank. When he returned home, having left work early, he found Ashley sat up in bed watching television. She looked pale and tired. "How are you?" he asked as he entered the bedroom. "I feel awful. I needed you here to look after me. I've been ringing you," she said. "Have you?" replied Wynne. He reached for his phone and checked it. "I haven't had any missed calls from you. I had a couple of meetings I had to deal with." "Really? You must have deleted them. I called you at least 5 times. "No, you didn't. There's nothing on my phone." "Did you try the office?" "Yes, I spoke to your secretary twice." "She didn't leave me any messages, though, and she always does." "Are you saying I didn't call?" "No, I'm just telling you what I know." "I missed you. I thought you'd left me," said Ashley. "Why would I do that?" "I don't know. Maybe because of all those things that my brother said about me the other night. You do know, that is the kind of thing that he does. He tries to railroad me. I recorded it to show you how he is against me, always has been. Everything I do, they always make out that I am at fault. But it is not me, it is them. That's why I got some evidence to show you." "Remember, I am on your side. Others might not be, but sod them. I am." "Thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you. I tried doing some washing and ironing for you earlier, but I think it wore me out. I don't know what it is. I feel sick and washed out." "Well, I suspect you've run yourself down. I'm going to make you something good to eat, and you need another early night." "Did you not bring some wine back? I looked around for some, but there was none in the fridge." "I don't think drinking is going to be the best thing for you at the moment. All the stress of recent events has worn down your resistance." "Oh, but a drink helps me take the edge off. Be a saint. And get some wine, please. Some gear as well." "I really don't think you should." "I do. I have a reason to celebrate." She smiled. "How so?" "The house has been sold," she explained. "Really? So soon?" "Well, I say sold. We've almost agreed a figure." "Ah, right." "They are 6,000 short of what I asked for. Do you think I should split the difference?" "Yes, why not? I think you probably should check with Peter that he agrees. You know what he's like, and it is his house too. If he doesn't agree, he'll no doubt try and have the difference deducted from your share." "Good point. I'll send him a text." She reached for her phone and began typing a message in. Once it was sent, she looked at Wynne. "I would make love to you now, but I feel a bit light-headed." "That's all right. I don't expect you to do it on demand," he answered, and sat on the bed beside her. He would, no matter how ill I was. You know, he insisted on having sex with me the day after I gave birth to Christopher. He just could not wait. Wynne considered this for a moment and gave her a sceptical look, but then said, "A selfish man. Have you heard anything from the insurance company?" "No, not yet. They arranged for the vehicle to be taken to the repair shop to get a quote. I rang them to find out what was going on, and they said it was due to be inspected in the next day or two. They're rather busy at the moment." "Do you think they might write it off?" "Who knows? If they do, that's a new car for me. I miss my X5. The Toyota might be saving money on fuel, but it's not in the same league. Feel like I've gone backwards driving something like that." "I'm sure it won't be long." There was a ping as her BlackBerry sounded, and she looked at it. "It's from Peter. He agrees to split the difference." "He must be having a good day. That's good news." "Would you bring me a cup of tea while I ring the estate agents?" "Sure. Are you wanting anything to eat?" "I'll try a sandwich." "Good." Wynne returned with a tray bearing a drink of tea and a sandwich for Ashley. "They've agreed to split the difference, and we have agreed to sail," she said. "Brilliant. That was quick. It had only been on the market for a week." "I know. It's a fantastic house. I knew when they looked around that they would fall in love with it. I think the estate agent fancied me. That's why he managed to sell it so quickly." "If you say so," said Wynne, dismissively. "I've sent a message to Peter telling him a sale has been agreed. That is another thing done. Goodness me, it's all happening, isn't it? Divorce ongoing, house sold, arrangements agreed with the children. Who would have thought that it would come to this?" "Well, it is what you want, isn't it?" "Yes, we need to start looking at properties to rent. I also think we need to book some treats in for ourselves over the next few months. I deserve a break and a holiday somewhere. I was thinking of Rome. That would be fabulous. I've been 6 times. I love it there." "Yes, it's a magnificent city," agreed Wynne. Her phone sounded again, and she looked at it. "You won't believe this," she remarked, holding the BlackBerry up. "What is it?" "Look at his reply." Wynne took the phone. "Hi, AJ. Good news on the house. Looks like we can now look forward to beginning the rest of our new lives. Kiss." "That looks to me like he's accepted what has happened and is moving on. That's good, isn't it?" she said. Wynne looked at the message again. I wouldn't be so sure. He might be trying to lull you into a false sense of security. I wouldn't trust that man. He will be up to something." Wynne was in his living room on Friday evening. He heard the door open, and then Ashley appeared in the doorway. She walked over and kissed him. Her illness earlier in the week had now vanished, and she seemed far better. "I've got the recording with me," she announced, and produced her phone. "Let's hear it, then." She had messaged Wynne, as usual, first thing in the morning, and in their conversation she had explained that Peter had telephoned her quite late the previous evening. He was being awkward about the arrangements for the children. This Saturday he was due to have them from 5 p.m., but apparently he was saying that he was going to take them at 10 a.m. This had been stated in an exchange of text messages at first, but then he had telephoned the house, and Ashley, like she had with her brother, had recorded the conversation with him. "Wait until you hear this," she said, as she placed the phone on a docking station in front of a speaker and selected the correct sound file. She sat down on one of the sofas and took up a thoughtful pose as hers and Peter's voices sounded from the speaker. Wynne settled back to listen to the latest exchange between Ashley and Peter.